Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, we will explore how important connectors differ in meaning and applications. So let's get started. First of all, we have two words, moreover and furthermore. Both are used to add supporting information. Yes, supporting information to a previous statement, especially in formal or in academic writing. Both moreover and furthermore are formal transition words used to add information or strengthen a point. They are similar in meaning but have subtle differences in tone and usage. Yes, subtle differences in tone and usage. So, both are correct and almost interchangeable in this context. Moreover, tone. It's slightly formal, more and emphatic, while furthermore is neutral formal. Usage often emphasizes a strong point or a more important addition, and furthermore, simply adding another fact. What is the flow over here? It feels slightly heavier and emphatic, while furthermore is smoother in logical writing. For example, use moreover to emphasize importance. Football is popular, moreover, it improves health. Furthermore, is logical sequence. Football improves health, furthermore, it builds teamwork. So, again, moreover, use when emphasize the added point or give it weightage. And furthermore, logical sequence or listing advantage. So that is the basic difference between moreover and furthermore. Let's talk about in addition and what's more. In addition and what's more both add extra information, but they differ in formality, tone, and usage. Well, in addition, usually for formal tone, and what's more, you need to avoid when it's a speaking task while casual tone. So, feature in addition, formality, it's formal and polite, and usage used in essays, reports, and professional communication. Position in sentence at the beginning of a sentence or clause, and tone, it's neutral and academic. And what's more, it's informal or semi formal, and it's for regular use in English, friendly emails, or casual writing. It's empathetic, slightly dramatic, or conversational, and usually starts of the sentence, or we can say that at the beginning of the sentence. So that is a basic difference between in addition and what's more. Now let's talk about in contrast and on the contrary. These two words are often confused, but they serve different purposes in writing and speech. Well, let's talk about in contrast. Its main feature is to show a clear difference between two things like A and B, clear difference between A and B. And when comparing two different subjects, situation, one is positive situation, another is negative situation or opinions. And its tone is formal and objective. And structure used with a full sentence or clause. On the contrary means it refutes or corrects of a previous statement, and when you want to disagree with the statement or correct a false idea, that time you can use on the contrary. It's a slightly argumentative or a corrective and comes after a negative or false statement and often starts a sentence. So that is a basic difference between in contrast and on the contrary. So now let's talk about because and due to. Let's break down the difference clearly. It shows cause, effect, and they differ in grammar, formality, and usage. These are the two words part of speech because conjunction that join clauses, and due to it's a prepositional phrase that modifies a noun. So basic thing, because is conjunction and due to is prepositional phrase. So let's talk about the structure and usage. Because used to connect two clauses sentence. And what is the structure over here? Main clause plus because and reason clause. Due to used to show reason for a noun, form of a be. Structure be verb plus due to and noun phrase. So in summary, type because is a conjunction, due to is a prepositional phrase, follows a main clause and a noun or form of be. For example, I stayed home because I was sick. My absence was due to illness. So that is the main differences between because and due to. Formality is neutral and its due to is slightly more formal. Now let's talk about therefore, thus, hence and consequently. Well, these all words are logical connectors. Yes, first these are logical connectors that show cause, effect or result. Shows cause, effect or results. So let's compare them in a very simple or a clear way. Therefore, as a result. Thus, in this way, as a result. Hence, for this reason, from this. Consequently, as a result or as a consequence, that we can use for negative outcome. Formal and commonly used, that is for formal, slightly old-fashioned in tone. Yes, thus is old-fashioned in tone, hence very formal and less commonly speak, and consequently formal and commonly used. Therefore, for formal writing, and it's for academic or logical explanation, hence for academic, scientific or technical writing, and consequently in essays, reports or when explaining clear results. So it starts a new sentence and follows a semicolon, and thus start of a sentence or after a semicolon. It's more flexible in a sentence structure. Hence, usually follows a verb or use before a noun phrase, and typical starts a sentence or clause. So let's talk about the simple examples. The student practiced regularly. Therefore, they performed well in the final match. This is a result. They work together closely, thus improving their results. This is again as a result. Hence, she lacked experience, hence the poor performance. Again, this is a reason come result. The product failed to meet expectations, consequently, sales dropped. This is a negative outcome. So, that is a basic difference between therefore, thus, hence, and consequently. Thanks for watching. I hope this video is helpful for you. So don't forget to subscribe, like, share.